Welcome back, dear viewers. Our second guest of the evening is Mr. Abdullah Soudan Al-Anizi, trip and activity planner, and also, dear viewers, he's organizing private and group trips locally, internationally, and also specialized in local tour guide in Kuwait and organizing special events and activities. Good evening, Mr. Abdullah.
Good evening. Thank you very much for interviewing me today.
It's our pleasure to have you with us on Hala Kuwait. Can you please tell us, Mr. Abdullah, about your experience in traveling?
Thank you, first of all, for having me on this program on KTV. And regarding traveling, it started actually a couple of years ago, since 2016, I would say, with a conversation between one of my friends who's an experienced traveler.
That's great.
And he was asking me, what do you enjoy in life in general? And I was telling him that I enjoy traveling. So he was asking me, have you traveled a lot? And I told him no. So he said, then how come you like traveling? He made me ask this question to myself, and that's when I decided I'm going to start traveling everywhere, all over. And we reached the reason why I'm not traveling much. And now, just before Corona, obviously, I traveled to almost all the countries that I wish to travel to.
Yeah. And what exactly, like other than this conversation, is there anything else that inspired you to be a local tour guide?
Actually, I'm currently a local and international tour guide. I organize group trips locally and internationally for private groups and for public groups. What inspired me was that I joined these sort of group trips first as a first step. I've been in over 10 group trips, and I enjoyed the vibe. Usually people that join such trips they tend to be social people, and I'm a public relations officer myself.
Of course.
So I like people, and it's important to do something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, and how can you, what about coping with combining traveling and your hobbies and your personal job? How can you?
It's actually not an easy thing to combine both, especially working for an international corporation like where I'm working right now. However, we have 45 days of freedom every year, and I try to split it in the way that's most suitable.
Yeah, and what about the countries? You're a traveler, Abdullah. How many countries you travel to, and what do you think of the competition of countries you visited between traveling community?
There is actually competition in terms of the number of the countries travel between travel enthusiasts. And my personal opinion on this is that it's not a matter of number, it's a matter of quality, not quantity. I don't tend to count actually the number of countries that I travel to myself. I know there are over 50 or a certain number.
Wow, that's great.
Yes, but honestly, in terms of the number, I'm until this day I don't understand why a lot of people they really care of increasing this number, because there are not every single country is worth visiting, obviously. Depends on what you like.
Definitely.
That's what I believe in this point.
So now you love what you're doing so much that you can balance between it and between your love and your job, the thing you love and your job, but also you got inspirations from good friends.
Yes.
And you travel to a lot of countries, but you don't like to count it. But tell us now, Mr. Abdullah, what is your favorite country or your favorite countries you went to?
Some of my favorite countries are Portugal and Turkey.
That's great.
Yeah, they're two of the best countries I've ever traveled to. Turkey is almost like a continent itself, and Portugal is a perfect destination for someone who loves beach and traveling and good food.
Is it good for the summertime?
Yes, sunshine until 10 p.m. every day. It's heaven for people that like sunshine like myself.
Oh, that's really great. And talk to us more, Mr. Abdullah, about tourism in Kuwait. Do you believe Kuwait has the potential to be a tourist-friendly country, since, mashallah, you discovered a lot of places in Kuwait no one knew about before?
In terms of having the potential, definitely. I think actually not just Kuwait, but probably anywhere on earth, it definitely has the potential. But what it needs is people with tourist brains, let's say, to make this place alive. Luckily, Kuwait is actually one of the most beautiful countries, in my opinion.
Exactly.
We have a beautiful desert, we have a beautiful sea. Our nature is Probably not. We don't have forests in Kuwait, but we can definitely come up with amazing and very enjoyable experiences. So I personally, I do believe we have the potential. We don't have it in an official, formal way until this day, unfortunately. However, in terms of potential, yes, we do. I remember when I was traveling before, during my international trips, some of the most enjoyable times are these times that I join these private sector companies abroad. And when we thought about it, me and my friends here in Kuwait, we were saying if we're going to wait for something like that to happen, officially it's going to take a long time. So as a private sector, we can come up with our own company. We already have enough experience. And no, we cannot just only organize international tours. We can also do these local tours. So we've done actually over 40 local tours in Kuwait and trips, which we are actually very proud of.
Yeah, definitely. And local tours are, you can say it's kind of unique sometimes. Like a lot of groups or individuals, they can go to the local tours and they can change the mood or break the routine without paying for the tickets and paying the cost, especially now because of COVID-19 and the issues related to it.
Yes, we actually we kept in mind these experiences that we tried abroad. We brought all this experience into Kuwait. So we're booking, most of our trips are full day trips.
That's
like
great.
from 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. until the end of the day. So we take care of everybody. And as Kuwaitis, we tend to be we tend to like to be spoon-fed. So we plan everything, including meals, including sometimes transport, including any sort of enjoyable activities and we insert them within our
That's
activities.
really great. That's really great. I really happy to hear like a lot of individuals and young people, same as you and your friends, organizing amazing trips like this. So let's go deep into the local tours and tell us more about the activities you do or organize within the local tours.
So, some of the local tours that we've done here in Kuwait, if you want some examples, I actually started my first tour with my own company where I work right now as a public relations officer.
That's great.
In my job, we tend to have international oil CEOs from all companies around the world that visit us in Kuwait to sign some contracts and similar items. So I was asked to come up with an itinerary, a weekend itinerary for these oil CEOs to enjoy Kuwait. So one of the items that the trips I planned during that weekend was a visit, obviously, to the Mubarakiyat traditional market.
That's great.
It's as Kuwaitis, we love just to go and shop. However, Mubarakiyat is a beautiful place in terms of history as well.
Exactly.
There are over 50 points in Mubarakiyat that are worth visiting. So this tour that I made it corporately for my job, I made it available in my own company, which is One Way right now. It's available from time to time for even locals or Kuwait visitors as well.
Yeah. Tell us more, Mr. Abdullah, about Al Gumbar activities you organized before, please.
I think on every almost interview I'm being asked about the Gumbar, and thank you very much for mentioning it. It's actually the first crabbing activity in Kuwait. Crabbing is it's a marine hobby. People that love crabs, they obviously like to do crabbing, and we have a word for that in Kuwait, which is Gumbar. So I made last summer when I was trying to come up with ideas. I saw almost all the summer tours in Kuwait are sea related, and most of them are trips to the islands. So I wanted to come up with something probably unique or different.
That's great.
So I organized the first Gumbar activity, and it was fully booked within 24 hours. And after that, I made it available for 5 other times, and actually I did it even a couple of times privately for private groups.
Well, that's really great with activities like this. Definitely you do it during the summer, right?
We have all year long activities, but Gumbar is a summer activity, yes.
Oh, that's really great, Mr. Abdullah. Tell us more about your company, which is it's called One Way.
Yes.
Yeah, and what do you offer, and what are and who are the owners and the partnership story, how it started?
One Way has 3 co-founders, Abdullah Daidi, my friend, and my other friend Shog Shirazi, and myself. One way, we've been around for now probably a year and a half. However, all of us, we've been having experience years ago, so we put all this experience and into one way, which is one of the reasons why since the first trip and activity we had organized, we had it fully booked within a very short time.
That's great.
And we're organizing local and international, public and private group trips.
That's really great. And when we speak about this, tell us more about the traffic of your activities and who are your audience exactly?
Being an open tour for the public, we don't tend to necessarily have a specific audience. Obviously, we're open for everyone, but we are noticing that the majority of the ages, let's say, are from within 18 to 40, let's say. That's the average age of our participants. And one of the things regarding participants which we actually we're really proud of is when we are seeing these international participants joining our tours. Just this weekend I had an activity or a trip. It was called Into the Stars, and it's an astronomical, educational, entertainment trip, and I did it in El Salmi area.
Amazing.
Salmi is it has the clearest sky in Kuwait.
Lovely.
Astronomers, they tend to prefer this area to go for some telescope viewing.
That's
and
great.
stargazing over there. So I had probably over 6 participants from different countries joining my tour, and one of them I had her review live on my Instagram. She was saying that she tried a similar trip outside of Kuwait. However, it was nothing like what she experienced in Kuwait, and this was something I was really proud of myself.
Yeah, thanks to you, you showed people from different countries and different cultures the beautiful side of the nature of Kuwait, of our lovely country, Kuwait. Thank you so much for this effort, Mr. Abdullah. And now let's speak about the international trips. How the international trips work and what is the system and the meetup process. Like some people, they want to join you, but they might be hesitated because of the procedures or the process of the trips.
If you mean in terms of the pandemic right now, people are still hesitant. However, we have a very simple procedure. In Kuwait, probably most of the Gulf regions or countries as well, the group trips, it's not a new service that's being offered for people. Group trips, they were available for a very long time.
Exactly.
Even my family, they joined these group trips from the travel agencies in Kuwait long ago.
Exactly.
The new thing currently is these new companies that are organizing, let's say, a more advanced itinerary with more activities that is catered for people that are enjoying experiences more,
Exactly.
the young ages probably, or people that like hiking and such similar stuff. This is what's different. So our international trips, we announce them and people join, and we don't prefer to include air travel within our tickets. People have luggage issues, they have date change issues, airline preferences. So it's from airport to airport. This is what we work. I mean, once they arrive in the destination, like for example, let's say Tanzania. Once they arrive in Tanzania, we'll take care of them until their departure. That's how we work.
So that's the only thing. You don't organize anything while they are in Kuwait when they arrive to the destination country.
Yes, for our international trips, yes. They start upon arrival to the destination.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're enjoying the whole trip. So, and as first as they arrive until the end, until they reach back to Kuwait.
Thank you. We try to come up with enjoyable experiences for everyone.
You're doing really a great effort, Mr. Abdullah. You're trying to make people feel happy and have a lot of joy in their lives, and they have wonderful memories and experience. But when we speak about the field you've chosen, like when there's touring and things related to it, tell us more about the obstacles and the challenges you faced.
You're trying to break my heart now.
We will fix it later after you leave.
Inshallah. Probably one of the obstacles is that I just wish that tourism, honestly, is supported by our government more powerfully. especially in this current phase where we're seeing our friends and neighbor countries being having a lot of options and being very powerful in tourism. I wish the same thing in Kuwait, that the government starts to, if not from them, certainly at least by our people like us who are working in this field. We need to be supported.
Yeah, well, if there's people like you, Mr. Abdullah, of course, the future will be a good place for all people who seek changing and seeking tourism in Kuwait. Hopefully, inshallah, it will be really amazing and good. Yeah, and about people, like when they want to join you, how can exactly they join your trips?
We're actually one of the companies that always thinks in terms of the user. So we try to be as user friendly as we can. We're actually one of the most transparent companies probably in the region. What I mean by that is every single trip that's being announced, the price is announced publicly, the inclusions are mentioned clearly, the destination, what's not included. People can ask us the accommodation that we are providing. We're very transparent, so people can join and they can register online from our website. Within seconds, you can book your local or international trip.
Yeah. You described Turkey as a big continent, and you said the beaches are lovely in Portugal, and you also make gumbar activities, which is crapping, in Kuwait.
Yeah.
And you also showed a lot of people the beautiful sky and stars in Salmi. But now, when you're saying this, you got me interested, and our dear viewers are interested also. So how can interested people like me and our dear viewers know about your upcoming trips, Mr. Abdullah?
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Your kind viewers, they can certainly follow my Instagram account, if I can mention it, which is Soovoyage, at SOOVOYAGE. SOOVOYAGE, Soovoyage. Everything is posted by the minute for even my previous or obviously my upcoming activities and trips are mentioned in my account, as well as my company's account, which is One Way KW.
Yeah, that's really great. And Mr. Abdullah, I'm not going to let you or allow you to leave until you tell us exclusively about your plans in 2022, please.
The first activity I did in 2022 was Into the Stars, which I mentioned earlier. I actually organized it last year under the name of Stargazing Night, and I changed it into the Stars, mainly because I tried to visualize it, and fortunately it was exactly like how I visualized, which is an overall movie experience, which is what I did in my Into the Stars activity. And I had over 60 participants joining this trip. I think I had booked 3 big buses for the participants for this activity, and I'm really proud to have this. So, and I'm obviously going to provide it again. So this is one of the upcoming activities and trips. Into the Stars is coming, and I'm also doing the first group e-bike tour in Kuwait, which is not the regular bikes, which I also did before, but this time it's an e-bike tour, which I also did yesterday, and I'm going to do it for a second time soon. And a lot of other new things coming, inshallah.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Abdullah, for the valuable information you gave to us tonight on Hala Kuwait, and the amazing description and atmosphere regarding your trips and organizing local and international trips for everyone. Thank you so much, and we're really proud to have one of the people who inside the youth movement in our Kuwaiti society. And I really hope you enjoy your evening and wish you luck with your future endeavors.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor and a pleasure being your guest today.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The viewers, we had with us Mr. Abdullah Soda Al-Anizi, Trip and Activity Planner. Now let's go to our third report. Stay tuned.